that ledge control as well. Here we go. Yeah, Mr. finally.
I think RoguePenguin thinking about it right now, man. He doesn't.
He's got to be thinking about it.
He didn't look too excited. Just it's like, man, I have to deal with this.
Yeah. No, excited. I mean, the one thing about Rogue is, like, he's never been one for traveling much. Like, I think he's maybe traveled out like 2 or 3 times. It's super, super small amounts. It's not too often he doesn't like players this caliber outside of like CEO.
Right.
And even CEO, I don't even know how well he really does there, because I think he's always been kind of upset pretty early from what I remember.
It can be difficult playing at the big one.
That's for sure.
A lot of players who I've seen players who don't usually do well at the weekly do great at the bigger tournaments. In fact, that's like usually my experience. I suck here, and then like at big tournaments, I do well. And then other players, they do great in region, and then they get to the big one and they just choke.
Yeah.
All right, shambles is the
shambles.
That's the
that's
the scientific term. I have to come correct on the mic. You're right.
That's sure. Yeah, just wondering, where did you having the best neutral of CFL start? Always been curious about that one.
So, I made a tweet in my youth. I made a tweet in my youth saying that I had top 5 neutral in CFL. And what I meant by that was just neutral game. Like everything else I was bad at, but like just the concept of like the neutral and controlling space. I was like, man, I really feel like I have a handle on this like beyond everybody else. I just got my point in that tweet being, and this is what the follow-up tweet said, it's like I have to work on the other aspects of the game like ledge trapping and advantage and punishing.
Okay.
But neutral, I was like, no, I'm good at that. And then it just
Top
it
5
became
neutral.
a meme before I knew it. Like I didn't necessarily want that, but then by the time it happened. Sometimes you just got to embrace the meme, man.
Me doggy.
Embrace the meme and live with it. Yeah.
So where do you think we're starting off? Think we can do Smashville or no? We want space.
I would have guessed. I would have guessed Smashville. This is an interesting choice. He's really trying to keep. I don't. It's a good stage for both of them, but for Mario, I think it's actually pretty nice because punishing landings is really it's a lot easier here.
That
no
burst
platform
is so important.
Just me and you. And this floating massive land in some dimension. Not sure what the lore behind that.
And he got the jump too. That was
what an amazing read.
Wow. Dude, he was hitting tums with that earlier too. Maybe he was just practicing for Mr.E the whole time. All the practice.
I mean, even if it wasn't a read, if it was a guess, he had nothing to lose from that.
No, he really didn't.
If he jumps, cool.
He trade or he gets hit. That's it.
If not, whatever. I'll just land back on stage.
Yeah. No, that jump wasn't good. He had to get more momentum away.
Yep, definitely seeing that. Definitely seeing those buttons come out from Mr.E. And a tipper nair. Great spacing on that.
Oh, he was trying to go for that air dodge read.
Was he going for an air dodge read there?
Yeah.
It looked like he was
just waiting there, air dodge read fair.
Oh, okay.
He
was looking to take the stop.
Yeah, clean smash forward cheese right there. 50% of that fair is killing you.
A lot of these top players really don't feel pressured. I mean, we haven't really seen like a. I mean, he took that first stock so early. We've never really seen like lengthy conversions and pressure resets to the point where Mr.E would feel like he'd want to air dodge.
Yeah. Now we haven't seen when Mr.E's going to even play disadvantage state like.
Ooh. A little pretty late on that forward smash. And that nair, wow.
Yeah. And he spaced that tipper perfectly.
2 tipper nairs to take the stock.
Yeah.
Recognizing at that percent, even if he got up and power shielded that, he's still holding center.
Yeah.
He's still controlling that whole stage. RoguePenguin would have had to dealt with another mix-up.
Yeah. That point, that's just rough.
Looks like we're running it back.
Okay. What do you
Stage
think?
not being the problem. RoguePenguin saying, I need to make the adjustment.
Yeah.
There's that flood you were talking about. I think, to your point, I think that was something that was perhaps missing from the last game, was using a bit more of that.
Yeah, because I mean, like at first he was just throwing it out, but then it just kind of stopped.
Yeah, that definitely helps him. it's going to force commitments, but then he has to beat the commitments as opposed to just getting hit by them.
Yeah. The other thing too is like when there's a couple of times where Rogue is definitely going in, he can't be afraid to not throw out the move first, because like as Mario, if you're not throwing it out first once you're inside, he's probably going to fade away and just hit you.
Exactly.
Oh, is that going to be the stock?
Is that enough?
He needed like probably like.
If you were like maybe a little closer,
yeah,
that might have done it. But based on the positioning,
yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, you can see the double-edged sword. You know, it's easier for Mario to punish landings, but it's also just as easy for Marth in this matchup. Yeah. He's the roll get up, but doesn't get an immediate punish.
I'm happy that he did go for the roll just because Mr.E was punishing him with the nair so often. So bad that back air actually.
Great awareness for Mr.E in that scenario off stage where he had, his air dodge. He was clearly waiting for the air dodge, but he fast fell, knowing that he still had his jump.
Yeah.
Had enough time to recover.
The other thing, too, is that there's a lot of times where Rogue is going in, and it's kind of ambiguous on which side Mr.E ended up. I'll kind of just see him throw out an up smash every now and then, just like that.
Yeah.
But not in that scenario.
He's beaten shield.
Oh. You got to remember there's a hitbox that comes up.
Mr.E is just relentless with these buttons.
He's on fire.
Daring you to, he even went for a regrab just out of, I mean, it's borderline disrespectful, to be honest. He basically knew, hey, you're not gonna be able to handle this.
Yeah.
I can press these buttons and just have to hold it.
Yeah, it's real good to do now. Okay, trying to get that blood up again. Just get into that ledge. Trying to read those
stage
options.
control. What's interesting is that it looks like Mr.E is preemptively shielding the flood. Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Good stuff.
2-stock game
there.
2.
Yeah, that was just hands.
And it seemed more like Mr.E made more adjustments from game 1 to game 2 as opposed to the alternative.
Yeah. I mean, the thing was like I don't think RoguePenguin ever made too many adjustments throughout the entire thing, because like that first one he just kind of threw out a wild fair and it landed, and then after that there wasn't too much else that happened really.
It really wasn't. RoguePenguin really couldn't get anything started. That was really a sort of that'd be good footage for him to watch and sort of assess. Like, man, he's got great conversions. He had a great pressure game. He went off stage a lot.
Yeah.
And in doing so surrendered stage control. So I'm wondering if maybe if he goes back, it's like, should I have stayed on stage more and just opted to play a less risky game? Maybe I could have gotten more information that way. And then just figuring out the neutral.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Just finding an opening and then just more solid punishes overall. But
so I'm guessing this is winners finals.
Yeah. So we got
Dyer versus Mr.E.
Yeah, the person that's gonna defend CFL for now. He has got through everybody else.
Defending
so
the home turf.
Yep.
We have an intruder. Got an intruder in the house. Okay, so he's opting for